Good morning, guys. I have wanted to morning. So wanted to share with you what I hope to be some helpful information. And I am calling this "White Ain't Right." Um, it is one of the most simple tips that I used when I began to work on my health in general, specifically weight loss, right? Because that's initially what I started focusing on when I began this journey. And at the time, because all of this information was so overwhelming to me, I needed it to be as simple as possible. And I really think that is one of the things that holds people back when they think about, I want to lose weight. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to feel in pain or tired or, right? I get it. And it seems overwhelming because guess what? It is. It just is. Um, and until you can kind of, it's like when you look at weight loss and you're like, it's just so big. Like you just don't know where to start. Um, you need it to be simple in the beginning. And in the beginning, and I think I had heard this somewhere, and I can't remember where. I remember thinking, I'm just going to cut out everything white because white ain't right. Okay, that was the top, right? So white rice, white bread, white potatoes, white anything white, right? White sugar, eliminated it. And guess what? That's a very simple, easy, productive place to start, right? White flowers, white, pretty much anything that is white has been stripped for the most part of most nutrients, okay? And here's why. So when you think about some of the most, if not the most nutritious foods that we have to choose from are super colorful. Antioxidants are found in much higher quantities in foods that are deep and rich in color. So these are simple things, right, that you can incorporate to help make this process more simple, especially in the beginning, right? So cut out white things because it's not very nutrient dense if it's like white. Um, and look for deep colors, right? Blackberries, tons of colors, eggplants. And I know some of these things, like I'm not a huge fan of eggplants, but okay, so here's a great example. Cabbage is so nutrient dense. You have green cabbage, you have purple cabbage. Between the two of those, the purple is so much more nutrient dense. It has so many more antioxidants. What are some other dark foods? So deep leafy greens, right? Kale, spinach, those deep colors have so much nutrients in them. Um, it really is when you break it down that simple and you go to your produce department and you're looking at um, fruits and vegetables, right? We're looking at bananas, and yeah, bananas have some nutrients to them, but when you open them, they're very pale in color, right? There are better options. Dark berries would be one of them. Cherries. You think about a mango. Yes, mango is so high in sugar, but when you open it, it is such a rich color, right? Same thing with like bell peppers, right? They have lots of color, the red, the orange, um, the green. Now the greens are like in the bell peppers are usually they have less carotenoids and different things like that. But my point is the more color you can choose, the more nutrient dense and antioxidizing properties it has. We'll talk about antioxidants in a different video, but it is so important. I think when you are really trying to tackle your health and ultimately weight loss for so many of you, to keep it simple and trying to remember, like, white ain't right. You're not going to get a ton of nutrients from things that are devoid of color. And really looking at replacing those foods that would normally be white that you would eat with foods that have so much more color, because you're going to be getting so much more nutrients from those things. Hopefully, this helped to kind of break it down to a very basic level, because that's really where we need to start, right? A very basic level. And really, really make it simple. Because if it's not simple, you're not going to start it. You're not going to stick with it. And it's once you have some time has passed where you have a little bit more of a foundation, you feel a little bit more secure in your behaviors, and you're seeing some results, that's when you're able to kind of tackle a little bit more and add a new component to your journey and make it more challenging, right? So hopefully you found that helpful. If you know of somebody that struggles in this area and feels that it's overwhelming, do them a favor and share this video with them. And if you appreciate